Hello friends, so we are back talking about pituitary gland in control your mood and control your hormones. Today is the second part of the pituitary gland and I am going to focus about follicle stimulating hormone and we are going to talk about luteinizing hormone. See, both these hormones are very much important in developing your puberty, developing internal cravings, developing yourself by what things you need in your life, your internal characteristics, right? So these hormones are also necessarily important in reproductions. They need, if you have a very good follicle stimulating hormone, you will have strengthy babies, right? So talking about these two hormones are called psychoactive hormones because these are those two hormones which mainly affect your mood. If you are having problems of mood swings, if you are having problems of irritation, if you are having problems of disturbances in your mood, then you have to control these two hormones because it is necessarily troubling you. Yes, whenever you want, there is a change in your age, like you go to puberty, you are obviously going to have some disturbances in your mood swing because body is adapting to the changes in your hormones. Since the new hormones are going to be released in different proportions, they are going to be released in different ratios, your body is getting adapted in releasing those hormones at the stage of puberty. Right. So whenever your body needs to adjust to something, whenever it is going through a change, any change inside a body will create disturbances. So higher the change, more disturbed state of mind or state of body it will be. So your body is adapting whenever you are having disturbances. See, it is a very wrong thing that if you are having a disturbed mood, if you are having bad mood swings, if you are having a change in your mindset, you think that it is a kind of disorder. No. See, technically speaking, there is no disorder. The term disorder is a very wrong term used in psychology. Right? Why do you say everything as a disorder? Why do you want to express different categories of mood, different categories of psychosystem in the minds of different people as disorder? Right? So what is the order? If you call different mood, if people with different mood, people with different kind of abilities, people with different kind of gestures, people with different kind of nature, people with different kinds of actions, people with different kinds of reaction as a disorder, then what is the ideal order? So it is a very important question. That's why it is 50% of the disorders in technical language of psychology are not disorders. Because what is the ideal state of mind? Has anyone made an ideal state of mind? If you say someone is suffering, someone is like say he is very angry, short tempered, right? So you call them disorder with anger disorder. Okay. So what do you say? What is the ideal range of anger? An ideal human being should be angry at what stage, at what level, how much. If you say someone is having bipolar disorder, they have multiple personalities. So how is it really necessary that one person should have one same consistent personality with everyone? He should treat his father in the same way he is treating his friends. He should treat his friends the same way he is treating his grandfather. He should treat his granddaughter the same way he is treating his mother. Right? No. So, disorder is a completely vague term which is used as in a psychology. There is nothing like disorder. Because there is no certain order. Is there a certain order that human beings practice their life in this order? This is the natural order and synchronicity of human being, and human being always follows this order. Those who are not following this order are people who are with disorders. No. First of all, you need to understand that people are made with different mindset. There is no order. There is no disorder. Nobody is having disorders in their mind. They have a different synchronicity inside them. So they show different characteristics and different attributes. Now, if those range of attributes does not match with the massive population, then the massive population will call that a disorder. Right? Let me give you an example. There is a garden of roses. Right? There are different color of roses everywhere. Red roses, orange roses, yellow roses, white roses. And in between those gardens of roses, there are few flowers of sunflower. There are few flowers of jasmine. There are few tulips. So the mass population of roses will say that the flower is having sunflower disorder. This flower is having tulip disorder. This flower is having jasmine disorder. No. But those are naturally built up in that way. The sunflower is built up in that way. The jasmine is built up in that way. The tulip is built up in that way. Right? So similarly, there is a mass amount of population in the world who follow certain ideology, who follow a near about same method of living, who follow technically similar method of mindset. So these mass population calls the narrow population as disorder, but that is not disorder. That is a variance in productivity. That is a variance in the world. The world is made of different characteristics of humans, and all different characteristics of humans are called a variance. Those are variants. Those variants are not similar to the mass variants of human beings. Those variants are not disorders. Those variants are different variants which are uncommon. You can use the word uncommon rather than the word disorder. Disorder is a very negative term. Right? So, coming back to the topic, these two hormones, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormones, are psychoactive hormones. These are the hormones that build up the nature of yours, which build up your cravings, which build up, decide what type of mood you are having, which will decide how irritated you will be. Okay. So these are the major components of your psychoactive hormones. These are the hormones that decide your nature. So when the puberty is arriving, these hormones are getting aligned with the growth of your body, with the growth hormones of your body. So there are natural changes in you. There are changes in your mood. There is irritability, cravings, sexual desires. Then you have a lot of mood swings. Okay. So this is all concerned and connected with follicle stimulating hormone. It is also necessary in pregnancy in women. Okay, whenever there is pregnancy and ovulation is taking place, this FSH, follicle stimulating hormones, plays a very major role in strengthening your babies. If we also know that gonad follicle stimulating hormone, whether if it is increased, there are more chances for you to have multiple babies. So if someone is planning to have twins, they would increase that follicle stimulating hormone and gonad FSH. But yes, it should again be concerned with the doctor's advice, because it is necessary to see whether your health, whether your body tendency is enough to hold on to babies, 2 to 3 babies. So there are more chances that you will have multiple babies if your follicle stimulating hormone is higher. Okay. So this also plays a very important role in pregnancy. Next thing is whenever this hormones is it is in a very bad state, whenever it is irregulated, whenever it is going down, up and down, so what symptoms it will cause? First of all, it will create a lot of irritability. You will remain irritated in your life. Second thing, if you are a woman, your menstrual cycle will be disturbed. You will have vaginal dryness. Third thing, if you are a man, then you will have a kind of stressful mood swings. You sometimes will be in stress and sometimes you will be out of stress, because in men FSH also controls testosterone. So in women it controls estradiol. So what it also controls? It controls your masculine and feminine ability too. So how feminine you are as a nature, how masculine you are with nature, it also governs your follicle hormone. Next thing it governs is hot flashes in your body. If your follicle stimulating hormone is not good, you will have hot flashes in your body, and so it is advisable to regulate these hormones. And to regulate these hormones, we would say you need eggs, walnuts. So mainly we are going to focus on omega-3 fatty acids. So you can adjust this FSH by increasing omega-3 fatty acid. You can also eat few things like fishes, nuts, cabbage, or you can say sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are also very good. There is a compound called DIM, diindolylmethane methane. If you increase these compounds and food which are having DIM inside them, then this hormone will be automatically balanced. If this hormone is imbalanced, your mindset will become irrational. See, this is another psychoactive change because of this hormone. You will become more and more irrational in your life. So irrationality is also governed as a factor of your hormonal change and not your psychology. Because 90% of your psychology can be treated and affected and solved by natural remedies of food, by treating and balancing your hormones. You don't need any kind of medicines if you are understanding which hormones are needed to be changed, which hormones are needed to be balanced. So try to understand, whenever you want a change in your mood, and change in your lifestyle, change your hormone system. Completely change it. Change your food, change your diet, change your eating habit, change your sleeping habit, change when you sleep, when you wake up. If you are eating more in breakfast, change it. Eat more in lunch. You have to completely change your body clock, sleep clock, your input. Input by means I'm not saying just food. Input, I also mean thoughts. I also mean observation, where you surround yourself. So this FSH is also important in understanding rationality. The more FSH disturbances would be there inside your body, there would be more irrational thoughts in your mind. Irrational thoughts is the main cause of mood swings. See, this is a very deep psychological thing. Let me ask you a question. Are irrational thoughts a reason to mood swings, or are mood swings a reason to irrational thoughts? Are irrational changes in your behavior producing your mood swings, or is your mood swing producing the irrational thought in your mind? Okay, so the answer to this question is our next hormone, which is luteinizing hormone. Because with follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, both these hormones play equal part in adjusting your masculine and feminine need of your body. And when these needs are balanced, you are less suspected to cause irrational changes. Your mind is going to be more firm, right? Your waveform of your vibes will decrease, the amplitude will increase, and as soon as the amplitude is increased, you are now less towards change, you are more towards firmness, you are gaining stability rather than increasing your unstable nature. Okay, so talking about the luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is another hormone which is a psychoactive hormone which is equally responsible in your rational and irrational mind, which is also equally responsible in your depressed and anxious mood. It can also be a major factor in what you say lack of steroidal sexual mood. Whenever you are in lack of sexual mood, you are like not suspected towards your sexual needs, you are too far away from sex, then this hormone is also disturbed. You need to increase this hormone. Another symptom could be that this would also suggest that you are having blood sugar issues, because the lesser the blood sugar, more luteinizing hormone will be produced. So if you are having diabetes, if you are diabetic, if your blood sugar is continuously increasing, then it can also be a major factor in decreasing your LH, and lesser the LH, lesser your sexual cravings, right? So sometimes the decrease of your sexual craving can also show that you are having more sugar level inside your body. Sometimes, I am not saying every time. There are always 2 to 3 problems associated with one hormonal change. You cannot rely on one thing. Okay, so this can be one of the reasons. So if you see such thing inside you, first of all, rather than thinking anything else, do your blood sugar test. If your blood sugar is normal, then think towards FSH and LH balance. Okay. For this you can take cinnamon, because cinnamon naturally reduces your blood sugar, and as soon as your blood sugar is reduced, LH is increased. So it is the indirect method to increase LH. Increase cinnamon in your diet. Cinnamon will increase your blood sugar level. As soon as the sugar level is decreased, luteinizing hormone will increase. So this can also be there. A solution to it. Next solution is eating sweet potatoes, eating walnuts, eating almonds, eating cabbages, eating seeds like flax seeds, chia seeds. These are filled with supplements that would increase your luteinizing hormones. You can take B6 and B vitamin. These vitamins also increase the luteinizing hormone. Okay. So what else does this hormone do? This hormone will make you unstable and give you a lot of mood swings. Major mood swings. Sometimes in 1 week you want something else from life. In next week you want something else from life. You cannot decide where you are going in life. So these all issues are connected with LH. And if you are having major mood swings, irritability, anxiety, along with your irrational behavior, then LH has also affected FSH. So at this stage, it is a second level stage when luteinizing hormone and follicle hormone both are disturbed in your body. If one of those are disturbed, then you will see either one of the symptoms. If you are watching both these symptoms, both these hormones are gone mad. It is unsynchronizedly coming and going inside your body. So first of all, in any case of psychoactive hormones, you need to change 2 things. First is sleep. Change your sleep cycle. Second is sex. Change your partners. If you can't change them, change the period cycle of sex. Decide specific days when you would have sex. Give your body a sexual cycle, just like sleep cycle, body cycle, food cycle. sleep cycle body has. Give a cycle of sex to your body. The body should have sex at same intervals. Okay, once a week, once a 15 days, alternative days, once or 3 days. Okay, give specific amount of system. Make your body a system and analyze it. Keep it regulated in your psychoactive needs. See, this is another thing you can try, but I would definitely say that if you try to have this balance in your life, it will automatically adjust the FSH and LH of yours and your partners if your partner is not having sex outside. Okay, so this is something that is going to balance your LH and FSH. These are psychoactive hormones, and if we are going to talk about it will take nights and days to talk about this hormone. But coming to the topic, these two hormones are interconnected, and whenever you are watching these mood swings in your body, try to eat this kind of food. Eat this food for at least 7 to 10 days regularly. It will balance these two hormones, make sleep cycle regulated, have regulated cycles of your eating habits. Okay, so this was FSH and LH. So talking next about pituitary, there are a lot of hormones of pituitary glands, and I would definitely cannot finish all these hormones in one video. Either I will get tired or you will get tired of understanding these things. And a few of these hormones also affect another glands like ghrelin, melanocyte stimulating hormones, thyroid stimulating hormones, dihydroepiandrosterone, vasointestinal peptide. So all these hormones, I am shifting it to the place where they majorly affect. We talk about thyroid stimulating hormone in thyroid gland video. We'll talk about ghrelin and somatostatin in the stomach video. We'll talk about dihydroepiandrosterone in the gonads video. So I'm eliminating 3 to 4 hormones in the pituitary system because they would affect more in another gland. So I will take them in another gland. So today we talked about 2 psychoactive hormones that pituitary gland releases. This was the second part of pituitary gland, control your mood, control your hormones. In the third part, I am going to finish all the hormones of pituitary gland. A few of them are left, like oxytocin and all, but we will finish it in the next part. Thank you.